Robyn, welcome to our studio.
Thank you.
Robyn, I must congratulate you on this very beautiful book, The People in My Life.
Thank you very much.
And before we introduce your book, please tell me about your own experience, because you are brought up in Toronto. Tell me your own introduction and your family background.
Okay. Yes, I was born in Toronto. Lived in the west end of the city. I grew up there with my two older brothers, and we had a large family. We'd have lots of relatives. My grandma would stay with us, and my mommy G came and stayed with us. So it was a very happy, loving family. So I got introduced to lots of stories and lots of fables at a young age from my mommy G. She would tell me bedtime stories, and at that, I think that's what kind of got me on the path to becoming an author.
I believe about your parents, both who are in education?
Both are teachers, yes. My mom being a speech teacher.
Speech therapist.
Speech therapist. So she would work with many different people and help them with their speaking. There's a lot of immigrants who would come. You know, they would have trouble with their, it's not that they couldn't speak English, but the pronunciation would be a little bit off, and she would help them with that. So she's had lots of experience with that, and it was a great way to meet more people and help people, which was what she loves to do.
Do you see that there is a lot of changes the time you are growing up and the children growing up now?
Well, one thing is technology. I mean, when I was growing up, I would hear stories from my mom, she would say from her memory. Then you bedtime stories, then slowly you'd get books. Now kids are reading on their iPads.
It's a big
and their
change.
iPhones, yeah, so that's the technology's become quite a big thing.
First DVD came, then CDs came, and then all the stories you can...
I can't get my nephews to put down their iPad and their...
and how old are they?
And they're only, with 5 and 8. I can't believe it, yeah.
And they work on the iPad?
Their mom is very technology savvy, so she's introduced them to it at a young age, which is good. I guess that's how many kids are learning nowadays. So,
tell me the difference between learning with the iPad and learning the way you grew up with your mommy G and other people. What's the difference you see? Is there something missing, or?
Well, I do, when I see my nephews on it for too long, I say, put it down, get out and go play, talk to people. Sometimes you have to have that human
bonding is missing.
The human bonding in some parts is missing, yes.
Missing that interaction. They're in their own world.
They're in their own world, you got it, yeah.
Okay, let's see that you published this book. It's a very beautiful book. Tell me about the title, and why did you pick up this title, and what you wanted to put it in. What inspired you to write this book?
Sure. Well, it's funny. I didn't sit down thinking I'm going to write a children's book. It's just every now and then I'll feel an inspiration. Some people, they'll feel an inspiration, they'll write a poem or something like that. And I just felt an inspiration. I sat down, and this is kind of what came out. And I didn't really know that it would, turn into a children's book. I knew it was nice, so I kept it aside, and then I showed it to a few people, and they had said they liked it, and they said, can I get a copy? So then the wheels started turning and said this could be a book. So then I contacted a few publishers, and I decided, I would make a few copies to give and see what happens. And that's how it kind of came about. Now, the basis behind it is, it's kind of to introduce children to spirituality, to just a higher force.
It is there around you.
That's around you. You want to teach your kids how to be financially stable. You want to teach them how to be physically stable. But you want to teach them how to be emotionally and as well. So I thought this was a good introduction to do that to a child.
Very good thought behind it. But as I turn the pages, I see every page has a different story. And which one you would like to share? Because it's a beautiful cover, which we are putting it on the screen.
Yes.
And which page you would like to share with them special?
Well, that one right there is just, so that's a...
First, I would like to show you my mom. My mom is a beautiful, kind, and she always makes me smile.
Yes, I'm sure many kids can relate to that. They all kind of look up to their mom at that age. And You know, this book is written very simple and kind of endearing to appeal to children. And as you can see by the illustrations, very bright, cartoony.
And making cookies with mom is, I think, every kid's fascination.
Yes.
They love to be with mom in the kitchen.
You got it. Yes, I think so. And another one would be like then you'll see the child in the school and she's talking about her favorite teacher.
Yes.
Which is the
next one, I think.
Yeah. So that's another thing which kids can relate to. They all go to school.
My favorite teacher.
Yeah. So this is one where it shows the child her name is Laura. She's in the classroom and she's getting her paper back and she's saying how understanding her teacher is, which some people may feel that their mom is kind, their dad is strong, their brother is funny, you know, their teacher is understanding. And then at the last page, it's just you know, she says that I want to introduce you to someone who's all these things and more.
Yes.
And then at the last page, it's a picture of Laura sitting down and praying and talking to that spiritual power and just, you know, I just want it to be known that...
Because this is very funny, because most of the kid, if you ask them, they like to talk to themselves or somebody on their own.
Yes.
And they say, it's my friend, my imaginary friend. They give sometimes names. Sometimes they say it's a silly behind the book or somebody else.
Yes.
Or my angel. Yeah. And they always like to talk, and in that sometimes they see their mother in it, sometimes they see the father in it.
Yes.
But there is some other power whom they want to relate and they don't know what name they can put down.
You're right. I didn't really think of that, but the kids do have that sense when they're younger, and it's just kind of introducing it to them and saying it's okay, it's a good thing to speak and, you know, say your wants, say your thank yous, and just have that dialogue. Yeah.
While you were growing up, you mentioned two brothers you had it.
Yes.
What kind of interaction you had it?
Oh, well, I guess I was probably a little bit of a tomboy. Having two older brothers, we were playing lots of sports, basketball, and it was lots of fun. We had a fairly big yard, so we would find lots of ways to amuse ourselves, bicycles, go for rides, and when we were younger, my grandma, she was a principal at a Sai Baba school in Puttapart in Uti. So me and one of my brothers would go during our summer holidays. So I think that as well got us the introduction to education and spirituality and the combination of the two.
Did you like, or you remember, you have a good memories of going to Puttapart?
Oh, wonderful memories. Of course, yeah, we were blessed and fortunate enough to meet with Sai Baba, and that was something I'll carry for the rest of my life. So that was definitely a great experience.
And especially your grandmother was a devotee over there, very strong devotee.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think she lived all her life over there, last part of her life.
Last part of her life was all there, yes. Earlier I think she's always had a sense of helping. So earlier she worked with Mahatma Gandhi as well, so she's got quite the past.
I know your mom is very much involved, and we must share her name too.
Oh yes, Asha
Bidani, and very well known in our Toronto community and social work. She has done a lot of social work.
Yeah, we call her the social butterfly in our house. She's got lots of friends, and just because she's very
well connected in the community,
and she just likes to hear and help and whatever she can. So she's really got that good kindness, kind heart. Yeah.
What we do, we'll take a short break over here, Robyn, and after that we are going to get into the technical part of your book. Robyn, welcome back again.
Thank you.
Robyn, we were talking about that. Let's discuss the part. It's a value-based and it's towards spirituality.
Yes. Explain
to this one.
Well, if you read many best-selling books nowadays, everyone's into, you know, these Dr. Wayne Dyer, those kind of books, the 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, those Stephen Conboy, his book. They all mention spirituality. They all say what an important part it plays in the harmony and balance of people's lives. And I think it's an important thing to teach children, just like you would want to teach them everything they can to just help them in their life. So I think this is a good introduction. This book was written as a way for a parent to kind of introduce their child to this spiritual higher being.
And it's very nicely designed.
Yes.
I have interviewed quite a few other people also on the books who have written novels and big books. They all had a challenge in publishing.
Yes.
What kind of challenge you had it?
Well, I wasn't too sure, if I wanted to do the self-publishing way, or because I'm kind of an entrepreneur, so I like to kind of be in charge of everything, and I thought maybe self-publishing would be a good way to go, and that way you're more in charge of you're more in charge of how you want to market and how you want to do things. So I did a lot of research. The computer is great, the internet is great, everything is at your fingertips. So you can find a lot of information. I studied a lot of forums and saw which one was good. I decided to go with Author House. They offer lots of great packages, flexibility for all kinds of authors, whether you're well-established or just aspiring. And I needed help with the pictures. I knew what kind of pictures I wanted, but I'm not artistically, I can't
Because
draw.
you wrote only script first.
I wrote the script first, and then I had an idea of the pictures I wanted.
And somebody will illustrate them also.
Yes. So this Author House, they had a great help with it. They had people who could illustrate as well. And they offered, so I met up with one of them, which was Lowell, and he was a great author, as you can tell by these pictures, and very colorful.
Beautiful colors, beautiful, because children love colors.
Yes, so I had told him exactly, what kind of pictures I wanted, and he did it perfectly. He got my vision, and he produced great work.
So you had to do a few meetings with him when he was drawing that, because some of the character you have to carry on every page.
You got it. Well, through email, he'd send the drafts back and forth. I'd say maybe make a little correction here, a little correction there, and that's how it'd be done. Yeah.
How long it took you to publish the book?
From start to finish, it probably takes about 5 to 6 months or so, and then it's an ongoing process. You need to order more books, you need to market and whatnot, and actually I've got some exciting news. In the next couple of weeks, my book will be turned into an iPhone, iPad app. So I'm reaching out to these these kids.
The kids can go into their iPad and get their book done.
Yes, it's not available yet, but it will be available within the next couple of weeks.
Okay, it's so beautiful. If people want to order the books or they want to contact you, where they can contact you, and what is your email or website? Anything?
Sure. You can go to www.Robyn Dibani, that's ROBYNDIBANI.com. You can also send me an email at info@RobynDibani.com. That's probably the best way to get a hold of us.
Besides this, what do you do?
Beside this,
because this is not your full-time work.
No, this is my passion side project. My full-time work is as a realtor. I've been a realtor for the past 8 years, entrepreneur as well. My site is www.condominiums.ca. You'll get all the information you need on this hot Toronto market. We've got access to all the new developments and resale projects as well.
Oh, that's very good.
Yes.
And you were quite involved in those ones, but still you did such a beautiful creation.
Well, this is a heart project from my heart. So, yeah.
So who else is the back of this one, inspiring you for these children's books and this one?
Inspiring, I definitely get a lot of inspiration from my family. My mom, yes, has been a huge part of it. My dad, my brothers, both of them. I just, I think they've been the greatest help. They've always been very supportive of everything I do, so I think no kid could ask for anything more. Just the love and support that they've always given me.
All positive.
Always positive, yes.
No, that's, you have to have people around you to help you out this one.
I agree, yes.
And what kind of message you can give to the people who all the time think, oh, I wish I can write a book? Because there are a lot of young people I come across.
Yes.
That I want to write a book. I have so many thoughts, but I don't know how to do it and where to start and how to get by.
What I suggest is, keep that paper and pen handy. I find sometimes the inspiration will hit at the oddest of times, sometimes even right before I'm about to sleep. I'll think of something, and then I'll have a paper and pen right by my bed, jot it down, because before it leaves, and just jot it down. Always constantly jot it down. If you can, keep a journal, and you'll be surprised. You think you can't write a book, then later you look and it's almost done. You have to just always constantly write it down. Write your thoughts. Write your inspirations that you see every day. If you just open your eyes to in the world, there's so much inspiration.
The best part is you took a very simple topic, the people in my life,
Yes,
and every child can relate to it
I think
as its own family,
Yes.
own friends, own teacher, or mom, my brother, my sister, my family.
yes.
So that's why I think it's very easy, and we must congratulate you and best you.
No, well, thank you very much. I couldn't, you being a good friend of my mom's, I said, you're the first lady I want to show this book to, and I thank you very much. I've always watched ATN. There's a great channel for helping people get their message out, and I thank you very much for having me.
No, it's a beautiful book, and when you shared with me, I thought we should share not only that you did it, but it can inspire to so many other people who want to do it, and they keep on thinking. You write I like the idea you told me, you write your own thoughts, you write your script, and let somebody else, illustrator, bring out the pictures.
If it's not your strong, if you can't draw, don't try. There's lots of people out there who can help, who can do it for you, yes.
Yeah. Or people can draw, and then let somebody else write the script.
You got it. Find your strength and work towards it.
And give you, because there are many children who like to draw cartoons.
Yes.
Their own way.
Yeah.
So maybe mother should keep all their work and then hand over to one of the person who likes to write it.
Yes, that's a great idea. I think if you realize that your child has some bit of a talent,
save his
help
drawing.